here today at the Siskiyou County Fairgrounds, and we're here to interview some of the people who are attending our Defend America Now event. This is Mary from Del Norte County, and she heads up the Tea Party there. Hi, Mary.
Hey, how are you?
And what brings you out here today?
Well, let's see. We drove over this afternoon for a couple of different reasons. Number one is my husband is the elected sheriff of Del Norte County, Dean Wilson, and he is going to be speaking on the panel here today. And we are very interested in learning to listen to some of the other sheriffs and what the issues that they have going on in their county and how they're handling them. So learning a little bit about the legal fights that they're in, and then also as well as for our Tea Party, getting some information. I want to get a copy of your video so we can show this at our local Tea Party. So we have a lot of people in Del Norte, very rural area. 75% of the land is owned by the state or federal government, and we have tremendous issues with the federal government coming in, controlling the lands that are left, as well as even our ocean waters over there. The state has passed a Marine Life Protection Act, which is closing down our waters, and they're putting in marine preserve sanctuaries that you can't even swim in, kayak, let alone fish. You have to completely stay out of, and it will impact our economy in Del Norte as we have so few industries left. Fishing is one of our biggest industry besides tourism, and then of course both of those being behind government jobs, but and so we're very concerned about all of the legislation coming down, particularly the waterways in Del Norte County.
Well, now, what does your husband hope to accomplish here with the 8 other sheriffs that will be attending this event?
What the sheriffs have been doing, and there seems to be a very large contingent in the North State, and they have been getting together when Fred Kelly Grant came to town. There was a meeting of Northern California county sheriffs as well as Southern Oregon sheriffs, and what they're doing is each of them are finding out that they're fighting the same battles individually in their own counties. And so when they get together, they're kind of putting their heads together on, what's working and who they're dealing with and how they're able to enter into something that's effective to, get a seat at the table. And again, the county sheriff is a very unique political elected position in that their jurisdiction over the county will actually give them the authority to supersede any federal agents coming onto private lands. And so again, they're trying to work with the federal agencies and insisting that they take the local community needs into consideration when they're moving forward with all of this restricting regulation that is, again, closing off and killing down our rural communities.
Now, when you say waterways, is this strictly ocean waterways, or does that include something else?
Well, about 2 years ago, my husband came home and was telling me that the state sheriffs were very interested in the new language that was coming out of the federal government. And what it was is the federal government has always had control over, quote, navigatable waterways. And what federal government has done, they've gone in and they have crossed out the word navigatable and replaced it with the federal government has jurisdiction over waters of the United States. Again, each county sheriff has jurisdiction in their county over the lakes and the rivers, and so they have county-wide jurisdiction. So they became aware of this change in regulation that was being pushed down through the federal government because it includes everything. Waters of the United States. It's, again, creeks and lakes and rivers and streams and ditches.
Underground water wells.
Water wells, what doesn't that include? And so, again, it's just a huge power grab by the federal government water, if you control people's water, it's a scary thing to consider, you know, what type of that power, if it were in the wrong hands, where that could lead, really.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for the time today.
Thank you.
All right.